Let's bring in now Democratic Congressman from Pennsylvania, Brendan Boyle, the ranking member of the Budget Committee. You know, Congressman, we just heard from the Energy Secretary that gas prices could hit $5. We're not that far away from that, but he also had a proposal to try to make things a little more affordable. Let's listen.
Would you support suspending the federal gas tax to give families relief right now?
Yeah, all measures that can be taken to lower the price at the pump and lower the prices for Americans, this administration is in support of. We are constantly looking for different ideas. We've taken a number of actions. We're open to all ideas. Everything has trade-offs, all ideas to lower prices for American consumers and American businesses.
So they're looking at all ideas, but would this idea, suspending the federal gas tax, help ease the pain for Americans? Will it do enough?
Well, first, I have to laugh when he said we're taking a look at all actions to help the situation. It's their actions that have caused this problem in the first place. Just 2 months ago, the national average for a price of a gallon of gas was under $3 a gallon. We are now, as you just showed, over $4.50 a gallon. That's a 50% increase in just 2 months. Never before in American history have we seen a 50% increase in the price of gas in such a short time. So the reality is their actions have caused this mess. Now, in terms of the federal fuel tax, it's 18.4 cents per gallon. If he's interested in looking at legislation to suspend the gas tax, he might want to look at my bill, which actually would suspend the gas tax anytime we go north of $4 a gallon. But here's the thing. The revenue that is raised from that gas tax goes into the National Highway Trust Fund. That money needs to be backfilled. I propose eliminating any subsidies to oil and gas companies. Let's see if he is going to be for that second part.
So theoretically, you're for this idea?
Well, I'm for my bill,
your
which
idea
has the two pieces, which would reduce the gas tax or suspend it when it goes north. The national average goes north of $4 a gallon. But we need to backfill that money into the Highway Trust Fund, which, frankly, is already short on funds from where it should be.
So the Democrats are talking a lot about affordability right now, also lambasting the president for his $1 billion that they want for the ballroom. But what are the plans from Democrats when it comes to easing the pain for Americans out there? Can you outline exactly what your party plans to do here?
Well, let's be clear about a few things. First and foremost, there is no way in hell I am going to vote for $1 billion of taxpayer money to a stupid, unnecessary ballroom that is nothing but a vanity project for Donald Trump. That's number one. Number two, on top of all of the other challenges that we discussed with gas prices, let's not forget that later this year, because of the bill that was passed by Republicans last summer, about 15 million Americans are going to begin to lose their health care. The Medicaid cuts that Republicans passed last year as part of their big tax cut for billionaires, they start to take effect this December. So what I have argued, and if November Democrats end up winning back the majority, I will be the chairman of the House Budget Committee. My top priority, the first action we will take, is reversing every single one of those health care cuts. Because as bad as it is for the 15 million people who are going to lose their health care, there are tens of millions more who are already paying higher premiums today because of those cuts. So that's an area. Then finally, when it comes to food prices, there are a number of things that we can do. This administration, on the other hand, is just looking to reward its billionaire donors as well as billion-dollar corporations that support it.
So I want to switch gears here just for a second. You've been critical of Senator Fetterman from your state, I understand, on several different issues. Would you consider challenging him in 2028? Well,
as I just mentioned, this November, if Democrats do win back the House, which while we're still in a dogfight, I do anticipate we'll win the majority. I'll be the chairman of the House Budget Committee. So that is my immediate focus. The election for Senate from Pennsylvania is until 2028. So I'll deal with that when the time comes.
So you don't want to answer, huh?
Maybe later.
Okay. Maybe you'll do it on this show. All right.
Have me back, and we can discuss it.
We plan to. Thank you so much, Congressman Brendan Boyle. Appreciate your time. And it's nice to have you in studio with us.